Good evening and welcome to Roadside Republic, a show that travels across the country to bring you the very latest in politics. Today we come to you live from Raebareli, and this is just outside the Bhuemau Guest House where the Gandhi family camps. Interestingly, this building is also fashioned on the lines of a Lutyens bungalow, and it's also called Mini Tent Janpath here. And our newsmaker of the day is also a Gandhi. Priyanka Gandhi finally broke her silence about the controversy of the land deals that her husband is involved in Haryana. She said that she is in a sense saddened by the constant criticism and the attacks by the opposition, but she says she's a fighter and she will fight back, and she will also ensure that this is something that the opposition is not able to use to their advantage. Let's take a look at this report. Her husband in the line of fire, Priyanka Gandhi broke her silence and launched this counter-offensive.
बहुत बातें होती हैं, कठोर बातें,
माँ बेटे का जादू देखो,
मेरे परिवार को जलील करना, मेरे पति के बारे में
भरोसे बेच देना है,
बहुत बातें कही जाती हैं।
बेच देना है क्या?
मुझे दुख होता है, दुख अपने लिए नहीं है, इस बात का नहीं है कि आप किसी को जलील कर रहे हो और सच्चाई आगे नहीं आ रही है। इस बात का नहीं है कि मैं अपने बच्चों को रोज समझाती हूँ कि एक दिन सत्य आगे आएगा, क्योंकि मैंने इंदिरा जी से सीखा था कि जब सच्चाई दिल में होती है, जब दिल का इरादा सही होता है तो एक कवच बन जाता है छाती के अंदर। जितना जलील करते हैं उतना मजबूत बनता है।
Robert Vadra's controversial Haryana land deals found barely a mention in her speech, raising questions about whether this even qualifies as a defense.
They have used my husband to make this political attack, and it has gone on for 2 years, and I feel very strongly about it.
In this bitter battle of votes, Mr. Vadra has become a major campaign issue. Rally after rally, the BJP has targeted him, promising action in what it claims are murky real estate deals.
जी का तो सुना था, अब जीजा जी का भी सुन लिया।
जिस दिन मेरे हाथ में बात आएगी उस दिन मैं जमाई बाबू को जेल जरूर भिजवाऊंगी।
एक 10वीं कक्षा तक पढ़ा हुआ नौजवान जिसके जेब में 1 लाख रुपया था, 1 लाख रुपया था, और 3 साल में 300 करोड़ रुपया हो गया।
The opposition says that Priyanka's defense for Robert may be her first, but still very weak, while the Congress is desperately trying to firefight these allegations.
भारतीय पत्नी है, उनको दुख होना जायज है, लेकिन दुख तो जनता को होता है। क्या पर विश्वास किया आपने, देश के साथ क्या धोखा किया?
Till now, the task of defending Robert Vadra was given to senior Congress leaders. Now that the member of the family has finally spoken, the Congress hopes it will bolster their defense mechanism for the party. With Madan Lal and Ramesh Verma in Raebareli, this is Anand Zanane for NDTV. Well, let's now travel from Raebareli to Kanpur, where my colleague Rahul Srivastava spoke to the Union Coal Minister Shri Prakash Jaiswal. In his interview to Rahul, Mr. Jaiswal hinted about the fact that the Prime Minister is perhaps not a natural politician. He may be a good bureaucrat, a good economist, but he lacks the skills to hold a coalition together. Let's take a look at Rahul's interview with Shri Prakash Jaiswal.
डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जैसा ऑनेस्ट आदमी मिलना मुश्किल है, डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जैसा योग्य आदमी मिलना मुश्किल है, डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जैसा इकोनॉमिस्ट मिलना मुश्किल है जो कि देश का प्रधानमंत्री बन सके। लेकिन ये ज़रूर है कि वो पॉलिटिकल आदमी कभी थे नहीं, न उन्होंने पॉलिटिक्स में पार्टिसिपेट किया। अचानक प्रधानमंत्री बने और प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद उन्होंने यूपीए फर्स्ट में काफ़ी अच्छा काम भी किया। यूपीए सेकंड में अब आप जानते हैं कि अलायंस की गवर्नमेंट थी। अलायंस की गवर्नमेंट चलाना अपने आप में बहुत मुश्किल काम होता है। अब डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह क्योंकि पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं रहे हैं, इसलिए उसका खमियाजा भी उनको भुगतना।
कहीं पे इस हर्ली बर्ली जो पॉलिटिक्स की दांवपेच कहे जाते हैं, उससे उनकी अनभिज्ञता जो थी वो कहीं आज प्रूव हो रही है कि कांग्रेस को उसका भी खामियाजा भुगतना पड़ेगा।
आप ये कह सकते हैं, उसकी अनभिज्ञता नहीं, इंसान का नेचर होता है। वो आजकल के राजनीतिक दांवपेच समझते तो जरूर थे, लेकिन उस दांवपेच से निकलने का कभी प्रयास नहीं करते और न ही उनका ये स्वभाव था कि उस दांव पे से निकले।
Let's now look at Kanpur, the constituency. What are the political choices that the people of Kanpur really have? On the one hand, there is Coal Minister Shri Prakash Jaiswal. You just heard him speak to Rahul, and he is somebody who's battling allegations in the coal scam. And on the other hand, there is this choice of veteran BJP leader Murli Manohar Joshi, who has been displaced from his sitting constituency of Varanasi to accommodate Narendra Modi over there and has been rehabilitated in Kanpur. So is Kanpur warming up to Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi, or do they want to stick with Shri Prakash Jaiswal, who is the sitting MP from there? Let's take a look at Rahul's report.
Among the many high on prestige contests in Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur, once called the Manchester of East, is a must-watch. The constituency shot into prominence when reluctant to vacate Varanasi for Narendra Modi. Murli Manohar Joshi had to shift to this constituency. This time around, the contest is significant because Shri Prakash Jaiswal, three-term member of parliament, will have to prove that the BJP's corruption charge against the UPA government can be defeated. He was the outgoing boss of the coal ministry. Political destiny crafted the electoral contest in Kanpur. Congress's Shri Prakash Jaiswal is the outgoing coal minister, and Murli Manohar Joshi is the outgoing chairman of a parliamentary committee probing the coal scam. Shri Prakash Jaiswal is a three-term member of parliament from Kanpur. He was the obvious party choice, but it's Murli Manohar Joshi's third constituency in as many Lok Sabha polls. He had to vacate Varanasi for Narendra Modi.
कानपुर की आवाम ये तो चाहेगी कि हमारी कानपुर की गलियों को जो समझता हो, जो कानपुर के लोगों को समझता हो, जो कानपुर की कल्चर को समझता हो, जो कानपुरिया बोली समझता हो, उसी को वोट देना चाहेगी।
Jaiswal battles 10 years of UPA's anti-incumbency. If corruption is a poll issue, he spent the last 1 year battling the opposition's coal scam charges. Then there is 15 years of local incumbency. Kanpur is losing its sheen as an industrial and trading hub. Along chaotic roads, industries are shutting down, markets have taken a hit. Jaiswal's counter is mass personal contact with voters through padyatras like this one across Kanpur's localities, industrial and marketing hubs. He walks into temples, shares gulab jamuns served by voters. Jaiswal is hoping voters may ignore the overflowing sewers and stench as his padyatra passes. Jaiswal is banking on a consolidation of Kanpur's roughly 4.5 lakh minority voters, 2.5 lakh trading community voters and 2 lakh Dalits.
हमारे प्रत्याशी ये स्थानीय हैं, हरदम हमको मिलते हैं, हरदम दुख सुख में हम लोग के हरदम साथ रहते हैं.
His rival Murli Manohar Joshi is battling to remove the outsider tag. He campaigns via small mohalla meetings, short speeches, national agenda, underlining his seniority in the BJP. His party may be toasting what it calls a Narendra Modi wave, but in a 30-odd minute speech in Kanpur's Bena Jhawar area on Monday, he didn't mention Narendra Modi even once. Joshi hopes the BSP's Salim Ahmed, Aam Aadmi Party's Dr. Rahman and the Samajwadi Party will split the minority vote, and that the 3.3 lakh upper caste voters will consolidate in his favour. But beyond this poll pitch, at the popular hangout addas in Kanpur, like Banarsi Chai Stall, the young are singing a tune which won't please Kanpur's big two.
इधर जो 5 साल जो हुए हैं उसमें जो हालत हुई है यहाँ पे जो आज की डेट में महंगाई जहाँ पहुँच रही है, that is the biggest issue.
कैंडिडेट से कोई मतलब नहीं है हमारा सिर्फ मेन मोटो मोदी.
Interestingly, in the Kanpur contest, the stakes are higher and odds greater for Joshi than Jaiswal. Joshi needs to win to prove that the BJP's old guard is still relevant to check the march of the new guard led by Narendra Modi.
In Kanpur with Rajesh Gupta, Rahul Srivastava for NDTV.